Okay, YouTube, it's Miss T coming back at you. I decided to do this dual form nail video because I just freaking I broke the nail earlier today. I wasn't going to fix it today, but I figured I'll get on here and show you guys really quick. I'm going to do this really quick and show you guys what I do to do my dual nail form. My nail's already been filed and prepped, and I'm going to go ahead and buff it a little bit only because I've been doing some other things and cleaning it off, so I'm buffing off the shine. Guys, I'm not a professional nail tech. I've just been doing nails for about 28 years on myself because I have kids and I didn't like the way the technicians were doing my nails, and I'm not trying to bad talk them. I just like my nails done a certain way, so I started to do them on my own, and my mom had taught me. So I cleaned the nail with alcohol. I'm going to go ahead with my IBD primer, and I'm going to put my primer on. Always let my primer dry for a little bit. Make sure I get it off my freaking cuticles because I've already done that. And while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and get my form ready. I'm using a dual nail form by ASP. My camera decides it does not want to focus right now. And I'm going to go ahead and start to fill it up with the acrylic. So I'm just going to go ahead and get myself a big bead. I usually work, when I do the dual forms, I kind of work with the tip of it first. Because with my air conditioner on, and it things kind of dry a little bit faster. So I try to do the tip first. And what I try to do is not to overfill. And if I do get it not full enough, I'll just after I get the dual form on there and it dries, I'll take it off and I'll see if I need to put it in the stress area. But I don't like the nails to be really thick, so this is how I do mine. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm doing here. And I'll just keep filling it up till I get as much acrylic in as I want. And I always try to make sure I get these side walls, because if you don't get the side walls, your nail is not going to be that strong. It's going to break. And the ASP ones don't have lines on it, so I kind of just go up and kind of eyeball it. I don't do all of my nails the same length. So if you guys can always see, some of them are longer and some of them are shorter, because I just feel that nails are not all the same length at all times. You know, things happen. But I get them as close as I pretty much can. I'll put a little bit more in here, only because sometimes I like when it comes out the edges, because then I know it's completely full. As you guys can see, I have a thin layer in here because I don't do my nails very thick. If they break, they break. Usually I'm pretty good at keeping them from breaking, but today me and my son went shopping, so kind of got into the moment of shopping and kind of broke a nail. Trying on clothes and things. So I kind of got it filled up as much as I would like it. Probably a little bit more. So I'm just going to take the nail and I'm going to go ahead and press it on. So I take it and flip it over, and I just kind of just put it on here, and I hold it and I press down. I don't press down too far. I press down and you can see it's oozing out of the side, so I just take my brush and I clean it off. I just let that dry. Just clean around the edges. And sometimes I do use my my nail drill to clean around my cuticle area, because I want to make sure it's not all over my freaking cuticles, because it makes the nail to me, it makes the nail look bad. And it, like you said, it causes the lift. Everybody says it causes the lifting. And I'm going to go up underneath here and try to clean it up the best way as I can. And sometimes if I can't get it, I'll just pull out like one of these nails I have sitting here, or this little spatula, and I'll flip it over and I'll work it with that, and I'll kind of flatten it out, because it helps it a little bit better, so it's not so lumpy up underneath and getting all up underneath your fingernails. So if you can see that, I'm kind of just taking my little spatula and kind of spreading it out here while it's cooling and drying. And see, you can see how much more smoother there. It helps out too with getting a little C curve going on. Ooh, and it's getting hot because it's drying. And this is the perfect time, I guess, if you want to pinch it, but I never pinch mine, which I don't know why I don't do it, but I just don't. And for some reason today it's getting really hot, and I don't know why, because it never does that. So this is how I do it. I'll let it dry. While it's drying, I'm going to clean up this mess and show you guys what it looks like after I pop it off. And I can show you guys the end result after it's been polished and completely finished. Because of course they're going to look like these ones. It's going to come out like this with the stamping. I stamped these ones this time. I'm just going to clean my brush. And I do clean my brush in acetone. That's only because I ran out of brush cleaner. My fan on? No, it's not. So now flip this over and make sure my brush is completely clean. Always put the top back on. I'll brush away. This is still a little warm, but it's pretty dry. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it off because it's dry enough for me. So this is what it looks like once it's done. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a file and get it filed down for you guys and show you what it looks like once it's filed. This file is old. I love my dual forms. I don't use them all the time. It's just that I had to order some new nail tips because I'm trying to go with like different shapes and sizes, and I'm always the kind of person that does my nails kind of like curved pointy. I can't even tell you if it's like a such thing. I've always curved my nails, so I like the form. So this is what it looks like. I'm almost done with it. I usually file the top of it, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my e-file out and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of file the top of it a little bit. It has a pretty good shape. It has a pretty good thickness this time on this one. So I'm hoping that I don't break it. So I'm gonna just take my medium drill bit and I'm gonna go ahead and just clean it up a little bit. So I'm just going to clean it up, getting around the cuticle area. I do have my cuticle bit that I will end up pulling out. And guys, I'm really not that good at freaking filing and stuff. Let me turn my fan on. And if anybody have any suggestions about my fan, I love my fan, but I can say, as you can see, the dust is still flying up. It does better than the old one I had, but I'm thinking about trying to enforce that one and make it a little bit better. And if you guys have any suggestion on anything that's a little bit less noisy, because I was going to put a small shop vac up underneath mine, and so it can suck up all of the dust. The dust doesn't come out on my lap and stuff. It just mainly comes out right here. It kind of sits in this one little area and on my hands. And I kind of would prefer it not to be on my hands. And then I'm going to just file up the inside. I always file the inside to kind of smooth it out a little bit. This is not going to be a long video because I've only broke this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change the tip really quick and put my cuticle bit on here. Just to make sure I'm getting my cuticle area really good. So I don't have any lifting or anything. It does pretty good with the lifting. I really don't have too much, not lifting like that, but I try to get around here with my ball, my little cuticle bit. Like I said, these cuticle bits are like, these ones I'm using here, the cuticle ones, they're less than $1 on Aliexpress. Then I'll take it and I'll go up underneath here. Just to make sure I didn't miss anything as far as getting all up underneath my nail and everything. So I'll clean that up. And since I'm not satisfied with the way it looks up underneath the bottom, I'll change the bit again. Excuse me. And I'll put this medium grip back on and I'll go ahead and make the bottom look the way I want it to look. Because sometimes I want a little bit more of a curve, so I'll just make one. Instead of trying to clamp it, I'll just do that. So of course I'm done. It doesn't take me that long to do a dual nail form. Bring off my desk a little bit. See, my fan works pretty good, but like I said, you guys can probably still see the dust in the air. And it's on me. So since I'm done with that, I'm just gonna freaking buff it. My buffer is old because I haven't changed them out, because I'm only using them on my own hands. So I order quite a bit of them, but I just use them until, you know, they can't be used anymore. I'll spray it and clean it with alcohol. Wipe it. And this is what the end result looks like when it's done. See, dual nail forms are really good. They don't take much time. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the polish that I'm going to use, which is over here. I'm not going to put a base coat on or anything. It's just a regular kiss polish. I found this at the Dollar Tree. This video is going a little bit longer than I thought. So I'm going to go ahead and get this polish really quick, and then I'm going to stamp it later. So I will probably have the end result on the end of the video on what it looks like after it's been stamped. But yeah, I'm going to put on 2 coats. So of course I got to clean the cuticle part. But if anybody have any suggestions or anything that you can help me with, and let me know if you see anything that I'm doing wrong that I can be doing a little bit better to make things a little bit easier for myself, please let me know. I just love comments. I do not mind a criticism, because all criticism is good. It all helps you, you know, either way you look at it. You might think it's bad, but all the time it's not. A person might be just trying to help you do things a little bit easier and save you some time. But I would love to know if there's a way to save time. I'm just like really excited that it didn't take me that long to do this one nail. But this is what it looks like right now. And I'm going to put a second coat on, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. So this is kind of what, you know, the end result would be. And I am going to show you the, I can show you guys the stamping plate I will be using. You guys have to excuse me, my allergies are so bad. It's the, what is it, Ejibas? I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. I bought these off Amazon. I've never bought them before, but this is the image that I'm using here. Let's see if I can get you guys to see this one. This is the image I'm using here. This is plate number EJB03. And I've never really bought their plates before, but I just recently purchased some because they had a Halloween one and this Christmas one. And I decided to go ahead and try and see if I liked it. And I really do like this. It really stamps really good. I just need to get me some new stamping polishes because my stamping polishes are very, very old. So I'm going to go ahead and put a second coat on. I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit today, but I'm getting ready to go back to work soon because our summer break is over, and I wanted to get a couple of videos out because I know once I go back to work next week, we're going to be very, very busy. I'm going to be very busy and exhausted. So, of course, I always put the nail polish inside of. So please let me know if there's anything I could do to make these videos better. Please like and subscribe my channel. And I will go ahead and finish up the nail. And hopefully I can record it while I'm stamping it and showing you guys on how I stamp it. So I'm going to pause it and we'll see if I can get back on it.